Hi, I'm Kim Johnston, and welcome to Amuse Art Fair. This is our fifth annual event, and we are doing Amuse at Home this year. That's going to be held October the 17th, which is this Saturday, through the following Saturday, October 24th. And you can find all of our artists who are participating at Amuse at Home here at amuseartfair.com. And we look forward to you coming and shopping with us. And today I wanted to introduce you to one of our fine artists, Corey McDonald. She is here with Red Root and Company, and I just wanted to introduce her and say hello, Corey.
Hi, how are you, Kim?
Good. It's so great
Good
to
to be here.
see you.
It's great
Uh,
to be here.
you know what I love about Amuse at Home is the fact that we're both online. I'm in my home, in my home office, and you're actually out on the road, which is wonderful. Do you travel with Red Root and Company, or
So yes, we do travel. We go to a lot of shows and farmers markets. This is a trip for pleasure, but yes, we do often hit the road with Red Root and Company.
That's great. So I know that you do botanicals and tinctures and everything, even cosmetics, I believe. Is that right?
Um, Sometimes we'll do a few, but we don't typically, only like limited edition types of
Okay.
things. Mhm.
Well, tell us a little bit about what Red Root and Company is.
Okay. So we make herbal infusions that people can use for their cooking, to put in beverages, and also specific health and wellness products. So we kind of use all of the botanical world, herbs, fruits, and vegetables, and create different products that people can incorporate into their lifestyle.
Yes, that's wonderful. I know that you were at a Muse Art Fair last year, and your display and everything was just amazing, and it was wonderful to try some of your tinctures and some of the flavorings. Um, I believe my husband he bought something, so it was a
Nice.
wonderful, yeah, it was wonderful to have you there. And we're so glad to have you back, and we just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about what drew you to herbs and to plants.
Mhm.
Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. So I've always loved gardening as a child and like being out in nature. We would do a lot of hiking when I was younger. So always was interested in the plant world. And then as an adult, I discovered herbal medicine for myself on a personal level and realized how powerful it was and how I really enjoyed connecting with and incorporating plants into my daily life in that way. And then I studied herbalism at a 3-year program, and then I just started practicing after that. So I see clients, I have a clinical practice where I see clients, and then I also have Red Root and Company where we get to craft, these fun herbal concoctions for people. It really started as a plant journey and I realized that I didn't know that the plant world was so diverse in ways that we can incorporate them into our foods and beverages and to promote health. So I realized that, and I was like, I really want to share this awesomeness with other folks.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that I too love herbals, medicine and healing and
Mm.
naturopathic ways of living and more holistic
Mhm.
ways of living. And I've always wanted to go to school to do that. I did study
Sure.
nutrition. I have a degree in nutrition, and over the past probably 10 or so years, I've been studying herbs myself, but never to the
Ah,
extent that you have gone. So that's really cool. So you have a practice too. I didn't
mhm,
realize that. Can
yeah,
you want to give a shout out to your practice?
sure. It's called Herbalist and Herb. And again, it is just where I see clients and create custom formulas for, whatever they're seeking. Some people are just looking to bring better balance into their health. Some people have more acute or chronic issues that they want specific herbal remedies for. So yeah, that's love that as well. I love doing both.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
you're based out of our as Red Root and Company
Mhm.
as well as your other herbal
Mhm.
practice. Are they both in Harrisonburg?
Yes, both in Harrisonburg.
But now with
Mhm.
today's climate, you're able to do a lot of Zoom meetings such as this and probably see clients and also do shows. I know that you do some
Uh-huh.
farmers markets. Can you tell us where you do those farmers markets for Red Root and Company, and
Mhm.
on what days maybe we could find you?
Yes. So we do farmers markets in Richmond. We do the South of the James Farmers Market and St. Stephen's Farmers Market. We usually go about 1 to 2 times a month. They're on Saturdays, and really lovely markets. If you live in Richmond, you might already know this. If you don't and you're visiting Richmond, just wonderful artisans, local food producers. So we really enjoy being there. It's a nice environment, supportive, and yeah, we
Yes,
get to build our community.
that's great. Yeah, I love Richmond and everything it has to
Yes.
offer
Yeah.
to the art
Hmm.
community and the food community and the
Hmm.
healing community,
Oh,
all those things.
yes. Yeah, you're right. You touched on three really important ones. Yep.
Yeah, it all works together
Mhm.
too, doesn't it?
It
So
does.
what draws you to specific plants? Like, is there specific plants or flavors that you like for both the flavor profile as well as a healing
Mm-hmm.
modality? Is there something that you want to talk to us about that?
Well, it's really hard. People ask questions like that, and I do love them all. I, of course, like personally, I have ones that I connect with a little bit more. But increasingly, even with, especially with COVID and just, I don't know, people wanting to feel a little bit more empowered within their own health with plants, like more and more, I talk a lot about what I call kitchen cabinet herbalism,
Mm,
and that really means that a lot of the foods that we may have in our kitchen cabinet or our refrigerator on the counter can actually support our health in pretty, magnificent ways. So, I mean, a plant like ginger, for example. I mean, ginger has so many applications. It's good for your digestive system, respiratory system, immune system. So that's a plant that I love to work with, and we incorporate it into quite a few of our products at Red Root and Company as well. And kitchen spices, I mean, like thyme, oregano, rosemary, even garlic, onions. I mean, all of those are really valuable, and maybe just get a little bit taken for granted as just a spice, even though they're delicious as spices. Um, but I love really accessible herbalism in that way, and I like different preparations of. So like we sell oxamels and shrubs and bitters. So creating products in different ways is also really fun because they're all unique and the flavors come out very differently from the plants and all of the different preparations.
that's great. Can you
Yeah.
actually explain to the audience what an oxamel is?
Yes. An oxamel is a Latin word. It literally means acid and honey. And what we do is we infuse different fruits, vegetables, and herbs in raw organic apple cider vinegar. And then we kind of steep that for a while. And then we strain it and add raw honey. So people will take oxamel as a little health shot. People will sprinkle it on their foods. It can be used as a healthy condiment, but you're getting a lot of like botanical goodness because vinegar pulls out nutrients and flavor from plants. So it's kind of, I like to think of oxamels as things that can be used on a daily basis.
Absolutely. I mean, and like you said, you can use it daily for just kind of enhancing your health and getting a little shot of flavor too. But it's also great right now because we're moving into flu season, and
Hmm.
even with COVID, with those people want to boost their immune system. Taking an oxymel is a great way to do that. And
Oh, yes. Yep. We love starting our day with a little shot. Another nice way is to put it in a little cup of hot water and sip on it in the morning. It's a really wonderful way to start the day.
that's great. What kinds of oxymels can we find at
Mhm.
Amuse at Home through Red
So
Root
we
Company?
have, yeah, we have very important right now, like, is our fall oxymel. And that has a lot of lung respiratory herbs in it, as well as immune supportive herbs and warming spices like cinnamon. So that's delicious this time of year. We also have our winter oxymel. They're named after the seasons. And then we have our spring and summer. They can be used any time of the year, but the flavor profiles kind of lend themselves a little bit to the season.
I love that. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
How do you source your plants and your herbs?
It's a mix of different sources. So we try to buy as much local as we can for our produce, and we wild harvest some of our herbs, and then the others we get from either organic or fair trade suppliers. So it's a combination.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
That's great.
Mhm.
It's great to know that. Do you want to share a little bit about your process and
Mm.
go ahead about like maybe what draws
Yeah.
you into
Okay.
say a salve or uh,
Mm. So often the inspiration just kind of comes from different things. It could be like spending time with a plant. I may like, oh, this would be great to combine with this other plant. So sometimes the plants kind of guide that. Other times it's just trial and error. I'll be inspired, like thinking about, like, for example, we have a Native American persimmon in Virginia that will be ripe, fairly soon. And I like, oh, I think of that plant. And I'm like, oh, what like would balance well with that? So the inspiration comes um, from thinking of different flavors or the plants themselves, and then I really just like experimenting with the different mediums. Like, would this be a good bitters product, or would this be a good shrub? Like, how could this best present itself in a preparation?
what is a shrub?
So a shrub is raw organic apple cider vinegar, and with combined with some kind of sweetener and fruit. So by definition, a shrub has fruit in it. We use raw Virginia honey, and people like to put it in sparkling water, flat water. You can make it like a natural soda. It's also become a really popular cocktail ingredient.
Mhm.
So you use a small part in a cocktail. It's delicious. It brings like a nice bright kind of tartness, which is a nice element to have in a drink.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I look forward to trying one of those.
Yeah, they're really yummy.
Sounds great. Well, I know that
Mm,
you're out in California right now.
mhm.
Are there any plants or herbs that you're drawn to that are maybe different from Virginia?
Oh, it's so different. We're actually in the Mojave Desert right now, so it's completely different. Yes, we went out hiking yesterday, and I met some plants that I hadn't met before. I've heard about them. Chaparral is a really great kind of wound remedy that I came across yesterday. Some pencil cactus, some what was the jojoba oil, the
Mhm.
plant that actually produces that. So that was pretty cool. Yeah, we're getting ready to go out today to do some more exploring. So hopefully we'll meet some new plants.
Do you think you'll harvest any and make anything for your own personal consumption or for others?
I I am definitely planning on harvesting some chaparral. Yes, I'm really careful about what plants I harvest from the wild, because some
Okay.
plants have been overharvested. So I don't want to do that. However, chaparral is like a weed out here, and it's fantastic medicine. So I'm going to be bringing some back with me.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Do you want to actually touch really quickly on things that if we're out harvesting that is over harvested that maybe
Mhm,
we should just leave
mhm.
alone
Sure. Let's see.
in Virginia area?
In Virginia, yeah, I'm thinking in Virginia, what would be something? I mean, something that comes to mind, of course, is a lot of the woodland plants. So any like golden seal, black cohosh, blue cohosh, maybe even like wild yam. Any of the really precious orchids like lady slippers and things like that. Just enjoy them in their space, where they are. And but they have definitely been harvested. Other plants, wild like echinacea
Mhm.
can grow wild. Something like that would be something just best to enjoy its beauty, but to leave. And just when good harvesting practices are, never taking very much, definitely leaving at least half of whatever you find. The ones I just mentioned, I would leave all of, but
Mhm.
other plants, just mindful harvesting is a really important practice.
Oh, that's yes,
Mm,
absolutely. I love
mhm,
that you do that too. And so
mhm.
what can we find? Is there any new product launches for Amuse at Home or anything that you want to talk about that you're going to have specifically for Amuse at Home for our audience?
So right now, one of our seasonal shrub is the blackberry mint. So that is always a favorite with our customers. So we'll have plenty of that. And then coming up a little bit later in fall, we're going to have our peach smoked sea salt shrub, which last year was the first time we made it, and it was a hit. It was gone so quickly. So that's a really definitely one to be on the lookout for if it sounds good to you. And we're going to have a special oxamel coming up in kind of early winter. So we do have new seasonal products, and this isn't going to be quite ready for Amuse at Home, just because like having a small business, the timelines sometimes, there's a lot to do and balance. But we are having some new tonic releases, and we're going to have a digestive tonic, a turmeric tonic, and a new berries and shrooms immune tonic. So I'm really excited about those. So, keep connecting with us on social media and on our website so you can see what we have coming up in the future.
Excellent. Can you tell the audience what your website and your social media sites are so
Mhm.
they know how to find you?
So, yep, Instagram and Facebook is at Redroot Co. And our website is redrootcompany.com.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much today, Corey, for
Yeah.
being here. And I wish you the best and safe travels. And we look forward to Amuse at Home and buying and shopping some of those new products that you're speaking of. And I can't wait to try the peach
Mm.
sea salt.
Peach smoked sea salt. Yes.
Yes, peach smoked sea salt. That sounds amazing.
Yep.
That's sure. Thank you so much. I hope
Mm.
you have a wonderful day. And for the
Thank
audience,
you, Ken.
oh, thank you. And for the audience, you can find us, all of our artists here at amuseartfair.com. Uh, so Amuse at home with us, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. Bye.